Morning folks, 8:45, leaving Pontevedra, heading Caldas to Reis, 20k. Now Pontevedra is quite big, about 80,000 something inhabitants, and it's quite nice. Huge shopping street and countless bars and restaurants, except yesterday. Yesterday was a local holiday. It's called Galician Day of Literature, and I don't know anything about the background, but Galician people take it quite serious because all shops were closed and many bars and restaurants. So, today, good morning. Let's start with some comment reaction. At least I want to react on two comments. One shorter one and one little more extensive because there are several questions in it. Now, first comment is from a German guy, Thomas Thompson. And he says, the fact that the Camino works for me as it does is my own fault, and it's the typical complaining and whining of a Camino Frances pilgrim, and if I don't like it, I should stay in my own bubble. Thomas, you sound quite angry. Everything okay at home? Anyway, the fact that it's my own fault, I know. I say that all the time. You didn't concentrate. So, this was your fault. Last point. You should stay in your own bubble. Buddy, neither you nor anyone else tells me where I should stay. And the middle part for me is interesting because it leads me to two conclusions, and I don't know which I like more. It's the typical whining and complaining of a Camino Frances pilgrim. First conclusion: if every Camino Frances pilgrim is whining and complaining about the Camino Portugues, and there must be something behind it, in it. The second conclusion: a typical Camino Frances pilgrim. For me, it sounds a little racist. Is there racism between pilgrims? Are you a racist, Thomas? I don't know. What do you think? And apart from that, guys, please, a minimum of grammar and punctuation. Please. I have no problem with typos when you are lying in the bed 7 o'clock with swollen eyes and thick thumbs. But please. Otherwise, I might think you're just a troll. Now, the second comment by J. McC, I gotta split it up. Well, yeah, my answer will be a little long. So, first point, I have to read it. Did you splash out and spend the night at the Parador in Pontevedra? No, I didn't. I had a nice room at Virgen del Camino Hotel. 50 euros. Well, it was quite nice and quite big. In fact, I want to stay at the Parador in Santiago. But I think when I return from Muxia, not before. With the Portuguese way, sorry. Would the Portuguese made a difference with better footwear? Or what specifically makes you not want to return to the Camino? Footwear? Yeah, footwear is very important. Although, depending on the route, there's so many options for the Camino Portugues. And let's say it that way. I did everything wrong. And the right footwear might be at least more pleasing. What I personally don't like about the Portuguese way is now it gets a little noisy. There's a truck. There's especially in Portugal, I don't like the infrastructure. For me, it's a little too less. Let's say it that way. You know, sometimes you walk for about 6 or 7 hours without the chance of a break. I don't like that very much. And as I mentioned before, but this is my own humble opinion, is everything I don't like the spirit, the energy in Portugal. It's so much more positive. In Spain, once you enter Spain, situation changes in an instant. It's crazy. That's what I feel. You might experience something completely different. A well-deserved rest day. I don't know, I don't feel the need to rest because I'm not exhausted at all. I feel perfectly fine, apart from my feet, which is my own fault. And yeah, when I come to the albergue, have a shower, make my videos, and then I go out walking. I'm perfectly fine. I sleep like a baby. I will have a rest day. In fact, after I return from Muxia, I have 1 or 2 days in Santiago. But no, during the way, no. There's no need to. Is the Portuguese way so different than the French? Yes, my friend, it is. And let's say the walk itself isn't the point. You know, you walk on the French way as well on streets or whatever. But it's the spirit, the energy, the pilgrim community. It is, I don't know, on the French way it is like from the very first day they try to make your experience as pilgrim-like as possible. You know, for example, on the French way, you start at Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Pont and then like I do, first stop Horizon. Now Horizon is, halfway to the top of the Pyrenees. Horizon, you'll have a community dinner and people have to get up, introduce themselves, where they're from, where they go, why they are here. And it's kind of an initialization ritual. What a word. You get the point. And you already, from the very first day, you feel like a pilgrim. So, now you get to Roncesvalles in this awesome albergue. And part of the albergue, it's an old monastery. There's a church and they offer an amazing pilgrim's mass. And yeah, when you start walking the next day, you're a pilgrim. That's what I'm missing here. Last part. What did you expect leading up to your decision to make this journey? First of all, Camino Portugues was on my bucket list. And yeah, I never, let's say, got the initial kick in the ass to finally do it. And this year, I initially planned to walk the Camino with two friends of mine from the US, who I walked with in 2015. And we wanted to meet in Porto, walk together. But unfortunately, due to personal reasons, they couldn't make it and they had to cancel. And I was so focused on walking the Portugues that I did it anyway. What were my expectations? I didn't have any. I don't have any. And I think having expectations is the biggest mistake that you can make on the Camino. On the first day on the French way at Horizon, it's very interesting when you listen to the people saying why they are on the Camino. And whenever it's my turn, I always say, I don't know the heck what I'm doing here. After the second Camino, it was like the Camino is calling you. Sounds esoteric, but it is. It's strange. You have to come back. I don't know why. I don't have any expectations. And I think if you think that you have a reason to walk the Camino, you will automatically have expectations. And when you walk with expectations, you will get disappointed. That's what I think. Now anyway, to sum this all up, if I say I don't want to come back on this Camino Portugues, doesn't mean that I don't like it. It's every experience is important. Hence I love it being here. But I wouldn't come back because it's a nice hike, but for me it's a little to less a pilgrimage. For me, this is my opinion. If you have a different one, fine. Get a glass of milk, grab a cookie. So, and now, let's walk. That's what I was talking about. If you leave your table like this, sorry, you're not a pilgrim. Kind of busy today. Around 50 pilgrims passed me by in the last 10 minutes. So, if you decide to walk the Camino without making any reservations, it's your choice, but don't say you didn't know that. So after all, this is not supposed to be a documentary channel. Was never intended to be. And every Camino is different. There is no the Camino. There's only your Camino. And even if I walk the French way over and over again, it's always different. I make my experiences, tell you about it. And somebody else will make complete different experiences. And this is okay. Camino is a highly individual thing. There is no the Camino. Savvy? I'm famous for contradicting myself and changing my opinions like other people their shirts. And it's a little embarrassing, but yesterday when I tried to clean my shoes of all the mud and I set them underwater, today they were still of course wet, and I changed to my barefoot shoes and it feels great. Sorry, but yeah, it could be because mostly I'm in nature, but I don't know. So anyway, don't take anything what I say serious. Thank you. Just had a break at this guy with his cooling van. It was so amazing, such a friendly guy. Didn't speak any English anyway, but this is so sad. All the other pilgrims running by, and he also said that's what the Camino should be about. Having a break, talking to people. It's so sad. And That's what many people don't understand. Camino is not running from A to B and to arrive at Santiago at a certain day. It's those moments. It's not a cafe or a bar. It can be. But it's those small places where you meet the real people. And you know, the Camino is not about walking. Camino is about meeting people, getting to know different cultures. That's what it's all about. Walking is just a side effect. So, enough of whining and complaining of a typical Camino Frances pilgrim. Slowly arrive at Caldas de Reis. Think maybe 30 minutes left. See you tomorrow if you like. And so far, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Buen camino.